actually want to talk less about Chuck Schumer himself and more about two of his favourite people, Joe and Eileen Bailey. They're a couple that, throughout Schumer's career, he has talked about a lot.
They're a middle-class couple in Massapequa, which is a suburb on Long Island.
Joe and Eileen Bailey, this middle-class couple, they bought into Reagan Republicanism in 1980. Joe and Eileen are worried about losing their jobs or their friends' jobs.
The Baileys really don't believe in trickle-down. They don't believe in a whole lot of government spending, but they believe in tax breaks for kids to go to college.
He's an insurance adjuster and lives in the New York suburbs. By New York standards, he makes $50,000 a year. If he lived in the middle of the country, he'd make $40,000. Wife works in a medical office. She makes about $20,000. She might make $15,000 elsewhere. And, you know, I have guided my political life through the Baileys.
OK, first, Chuck, stop putting all their business out there. Joe makes $50,000 a year, Eileen makes $20,000. They own 2 cars, a Taurus and a Honda Odyssey, and they have sex 3 times a week. Joe usually initiates, but their therapist is encouraging Eileen to get more in touch with her sensual side and surprise Joe with some sexy lingerie when he gets home from insurance adjusting, which, again, pays him $50,000. But you heard him. The Baileys have guided Chuck Schumer's political life, which is a little weird given they don't exist. Seriously, he invented them. Schumer first introduced the world to the Baileys in his 2007 book, Positively American, Winning Back the Middle-Class Majority, One Family at a Time. In it, he mentions the Baileys an astonishing 265 times in 264 pages. But he'd apparently been talking about them for years before the book was published. One of his former spokespeople said he's always asking, what would the Baileys think? And to be fair, Schumer acknowledges that some may find this a little weird.
If you ask my staff, I've been talking about and talking to the Baileys for 15 years. I have conversations with them. One of my staffers once said I had imaginary friends to the press. Got me in some trouble. But these people are real, and I respect them, and I really love them, and I care about them.
OK, sure, but they're literally not real, Chuck. You invented them. And look, I'm not saying that imagining a manifestation of your target demo's wants and needs is necessarily a bad thing. I do it myself. I have a made-up couple that I consult when making this show. Jerry and Patricia Globdukes from New York City, Iowa. Jerry's a dental hygienist who makes $37 a year, and Patricia's a snake masseuse who makes $60,000, but she might make $20 million elsewhere. I love the Globdukes, and I fear them. Occasionally, my staff will say, should we make the show fun this week and not talk about something incredibly sad or boring? But the Globdukes will shout, no, John, you need to do a 25-minute deep dive about corn. So I say, well, if that's what the Globdukes want, let's give it to them.